Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Closing Bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. It's been quite a week. I mean, that's an understatement. There's been a lot of moving parts this week, and by week's end, basically sector rotation has been the dominating factor post the election. The most significant is the strong rally in the Dow Jones. As a matter of fact, we see that the Dow Jones has now taken out its August high of 18,668. That has been the leader ever since the newly elected President Trump has been confirmed. It's in. There's no controversy. And best performing index out there. What was also interesting is the performance of the S&P. After being limit down during the election, the S&P finished and it actually overtook its 50-day moving average. You also saw that small caps led the way today, as a matter of fact, the best performing indice out there, the Russell 2000. They also overtook, that index also overtook its 50-day moving average. And the S&P mid-caps, the MDY, was able to overtake its 50-day moving average. And as we talked in Tech Talk, we look at the 50-day moving averages, that midterm, either support or resistance. So there is some momentum to the upside right now, post-election, and that bullishness in those areas has to be duly noted. With that, though, we do have some weakness in the NASDAQ, and we saw that a lot of large cap tech names came under some selling pressure, which left the NASDAQ as the laggard for the week. Seems to be some blowback selling pressure there. Now we have to turn our attention to what's the reality of the markets, which is we're going to have to watch Fed minutes, Fed talk. We're going to have to watch interest rates. We're going to continue to watch earnings. We're going to have to watch economic reports. We're going to have to watch that both domestically and globally. I just hit on the Fed. The possible rate hike in December, it's gone from 71% now to 81%. The bottom line is that you're seeing a whole bunch of policy statements and so forth that are being thrown out there that are going to take interest rate policy. It's going to have to, take center stage. And there are a few other things that are taking center stage, which one of the policy statements that came out this week from the Trump organization, the Trump group, was that they're going to look to repeal potentially parts of Dodd-Frank, if not all, as Donald had said in earlier stump speeches. That put the financial sector in a positive note. XLF, KBE, and KRE, as well as IAI, are all ETFs that you can start looking at and start seeing what is the implications of some of the preemptive type of discussions about what his new policy is going to be towards regulation. The relative strength, though, throughout October for financials has been duly noted. As a matter of fact, if you look at financials, they were the best performing sector so far in October into now the new November cycle. The last 10 sessions, they're up about 11%. Other beneficiaries from some policy talk, specifically as it pertains to the infrastructure policies that might go into play, are going to be in industrials, transports. I'm looking at materials, so you're looking at XLI, IYT, XLB, steel. Take a look at SLX and copper. Copper has been off the charts. JJC, copper had been moving 10 days before the election results and the volatility that we've seen this week. As a matter of fact, you see copper at the highest levels it's been since July of August of 2015. With these infrastructure plays firmly part of a pillar of the Trump presidency, these particular areas need to be looked at. This is where potential new dollars are going to be circulating out of other asset classes like bonds, especially the longer end of the curve, not so much the shorter end of the curve, as well as other safe havens like gold and silver, which also took it on the chin this week, and you continue to see that they are in the close of business today. Another beneficiary of proposed groups of possible proposals that are going to be coming down the line as far as policies was the biotech and healthcare. Bottom line is that with the repeal of potentially with Obamacare and now no longer what seems to be a threat on putting price controls in, you saw that pharmaceuticals as well as biotechs and some healthcare names were moving to the upside. There's going to be challenges there, I think, especially in the biotechs. You have to be careful. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that there's been some massive portfolio shifts that are starting to occur and are in the works. That has been indicated throughout this week from the action. We saw huge volume across the board in New York and the NASDAQ, above average, to say the least, the last couple days. What I'm not a fan of is chasing things right now. Moves are going to get extended in this environment. You have to be careful. What you do need to do is start taking these sector ETFs that I've been putting out there in the closing bells and in the tech talks and so forth, and you need to put these on a watch list. You need to see the individual holdings and see how they're performing as the new policy statements come out. That's where you're going to start to be able to make more clear investment decisions, because you're going to see where the dollars are flowing to, from either moving from, for example, large cap tech into infrastructure plays like industrials. And that's why we're giving the transparency in all of these different segments. So as we move forward, what I would ask you, two things. One is, if you have any questions, considerations, anything that you're looking to potentially add some improvement to the shows, email us at info@MarketStream.live, info@MarketStream.live. The second thing is, keep your size down in this environment. Make sure that you're keeping your powder dry and keep your emotions in check. Watch Tech Talk. Watch Strategy Now. Watch the opening bell and what's hot. And then watch the overnight action. These are segments that are going to help you get more transparency into what the markets are doing, as well as what the markets are forecasting to potentially happen in the future. So that's what we're here to do. We've wrapped up a third week, got through the elections. I have to tell you, I'm tired. So I bet all of you are probably equally as tired. So have a wonderful weekend. And again, want to thank those that have been serving our country and have served our country. Thank you again on this Veterans Day. And with that being said, have a great weekend, folks, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Take care.